Hi, this is Cherokee with Make Your Habit Strong, which is my video diary journaling my life after 40. In particular, this is my 4-month weight loss journey. So today's day 50. And for today, I call this the push me, pull you effect. Back in the day, probably in the 80s, Dr. Doolittle had he was an author and I guess they made movies. And he had this character that he created. It's a kind of like a imagine like a double-ended deer. And each part of it wanted to go in a different direction because it was, a head and feet on one side and a head and feet on the other side. And it was called the push me, pull you, meaning you can't go one way. One side of you has to relinquish in order to move forward. I say that to say I had another push me, pull you effect today related to the law of attraction and getting out of my own way. In this journey of self-improvement / self-discovery, it always comes back to me. It always comes back to the individual and how I can recondition and rethink things, fine-tune, I call it, to improve my life. So, I have not a bellyache, but I have like my food sitting in my belly. Why? Because I went to Korea and I had the fried avocado and the nachos, the desserty nachos, which is also fried, and it's sitting in my stomach because I know that fried foods don't agree with me, but I eat them anyway. So I think if I don't want my food sitting in my stomach like this because it doesn't agree with me, the obvious choice is to don't eat the food. But I want to eat the food. So I actually sat with this and went back and forth, back and forth. I want to eat the fried avocado and the Nutella nachos, but then you're stuck for hours and hours with it just sitting in your stomach and not going anywhere. Is it worth it? I don't know. Well, anyway, back and forth I went. Really stuck in my own way. I know my body is telling me, don't eat certain foods. Don't eat fried food. Don't eat cheese. And I'm beginning to think I might have to listen. Now, why am I a vegetarian? I'm what you would probably call a default vegetarian. I'm not vegetarian because I was inspired to whatever. I'm vegetarian because my body slowly pushed me in that direction. I slowly did not want to eat beef, and then eventually I didn't want to eat chicken. And with fish, that was the only one that was, my body also guided me to give up fish. But that was the only one that I had some resistance around. The other ones I was like, I don't even want it, so it was never tempting. The fish, well, I gave up octopus. Ever since I saw that video on that octopus that thanked that person, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. Then did all this research on octopus and I couldn't eat them anymore. So, but then something told me even back then, you might give up fish eventually. And that was never really, I don't know, I kind of went with the flow. I thought if it happens, it happens. And then I did a 2-month fast for Ramadan, and it ended up happening quicker than I really kind of wanted it to. But I followed it and I stuck to it. I also gave up eggs. That was probably the most conscious decision that I decided, and that was for ethical reasons, the egg situation. So other than that, I mean, that's how I became a vegetarian. I don't even believe in like truly embracing that title. I really think if the meat wasn't so toxic, I probably would not mind it. And that's because of an experience that I had. But anyway, as of today and as of, I don't know, the last 6 months or so, I have been fully vegetarian, right? Trying to figure out the dieting situation, and it really hasn't been that hard at all because I'd already given up the other meats and stuff. It really was, and then at the same time I wasn't eating fish every day either, only 2-3 days a week, so it really wasn't even much of a jump. But that's where I am. I don't know if I love it or not, but I love the benefits of it, and so that's why I'm remaining vegetarian-ish. That's a good one. Vegetarian-ish. That's what I am. A vegetarian-ish. Because I don't eat meat. But who knows? I may go back one day. Who knows? I don't know. But I will say I love the strength and the freedom in my body that eating like this brings me. So for now, that's how it is. Because of that, I kind of have developed, and I didn't realize this, a little bit of resistance around the foods I'm eating. Like, I know and before I placed my order, I was like, this probably won't agree with me. And I placed it anyway. And it doesn't agree with me. And after this push me, pull you back and forth, whining and complaining, I'm like, just stop, just stop. Stop with the cheese. Stop with the fried foods. You already know this stuff doesn't agree with you. If you don't want to be up all night writhing in pain, why not just don't eat it? Because it's good, Anyway, I'm not saying I'm giving it up. Why don't I start with fried food for now? So that's what I'll do. For now, I can't do the fried food thing. It's just not worth it. Sitting in my stomach. Like, luckily, like today, it's not painful, but it's just sitting there. Ain't going nowhere. And anyway, I don't know if that's TMI, but it is what it is. It's my diary. So you shouldn't be looking. Anyway, I say all that to say, these ways in which we get stuck, which we get in our own way. And in this way, I am in my own way. So I was forced to look at that today, not only with my food, but with other things. Like even with my not doing my all with stretching. I know that that's the answer, and I've known that that's the answer. When I got rid of plantar fasciitis, like I was at the point where I needed surgery for my feet, the doctor told me, and I was like, wait, let me see if I can fix it. And I did through stretching. So, and other things as well. So I know the power of listening to my body, following my highest expectation for myself, or my highest desire. Yeah, it's a better word for it. Following my highest desire. I know the value. But in this case, I was in my own way and not really wanting to accept the fact that although I really like how Takoria tastes, it doesn't agree with me. And so I'm going to have to give up Takoria for now. Am I happy about it? No, but also yes, because I know I won't have to deal with this mess anymore. So there you have it. I can let it all simply fall into place by listening to myself. And I know what my soul has been telling me for all of this time about stretching. That's what your body needs. I haven't been doing it. I'm like, no, maybe it needs this. Maybe it needs that. I know what it needs. Or eating fried foods. I haven't been listening. And I don't eat a lot of fried foods, but, if I don't cook it, there it is. So, it's going to create a better process for me. An easier process. This I know. Kind of like being vegetarian-ish. I didn't want to, but it's so good. I'm having so many benefits from it that I've found that I can't give it up. At least not now. Of course, I can change my mind at any moment, but at least not now. It's definitely not worth going back. So if we can just relax and just let it all fall into place, life can be so easy. Like this, we have so much food in abundance. I don't have to eat fried foods. I don't cook. I don't fry at home. I barely cook, and I definitely do not fry ever. I don't fry anything. So, I didn't have to go and get fried food. I chose that. And now I'm paying for it. Law of attraction, baby. So, anyway, that is my learning point for today. Just relax and let it all fall into place. The monkey on my back is myself telling me what I already know. And my dominant ego self is telling me, no, don't listen. And that is that feeling of being stuck. That is that polarization. And it's fully within my power to change it. And I will change it. So anyway, day 50. I can't even believe it's been like 50 days so far. I don't know how many days altogether this 4 months is, but I guess roughly 120-ish. And so I am plugging along. Every day I am learning and I am listening to how my emotional response is creating different things in my life. It's creating something positive or it's creating something negative based on how I feel. And I've been really focusing on how I'm creating every day. And it's amazing being this in tune with my emotions and being a deliberate creator. I will say I have to battle with myself every day almost on wanting to press the fast forward button. Oh, but if I do this, and this, and that, because I have a very long history of working really hard, working multiple jobs, making things happen, right? And I know that if I do all those things, yeah, I can make things happen. I can. And I can also make things happen by not doing those things, I have found out. Which I never realized before, but it's happened so many times. It's almost effortless and easy. And so that is the route I'm going now. I'm going the effortless route, letting my soul inspire me along the way. And it is a nice journey. It is a pleasant journey, and it's a little scary-ish only because it's different. I already believe in the law of attraction and know it because it's been working in my life for many years. Before I knew it had a name, before it was given a name, this is something that I've always done, listening to my internal guide. And so there are ways to fine-tune that and ways to really be what I call a deliberate creator, meaning I'm not doing these things by default. I'm doing these things, I don't know what this light is here. I'm not doing these things by default. I'm doing these things because I understand on a deeper level how the law of attraction works and how I can make it work in my favor by controlling my thoughts and my emotions. So, yeah, just every day a work in progress, and I'm inspired, and I am a deliberate creator. And this new phase of my life is different, but we have to trust. Eventually, we do have to jump. And I'm realizing each day that that jumping is trusting in the universe.